Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Doing Better with Bree. It's your girl Bree, and baby, we have some things to talk about. Before we get started with the topic of the day, you guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I'm a new creator and need all of your support. Also, if you'd like to donate into the platform, I've left my Cash App below. Thank you guys so much. Now let's get started. Today we are talking about no other than Brittany Renner. Let's go ahead and talk about what has just transpired over the last couple of months. If you watched my last video, we were talking about how Brittany Renner recently was divorced, or whatever you want to call that, after 52 days of marriage to Kevin Gates, who we all pretty much summed up was just trying to upset Drika, which is technically his ex and still, I believe, legally his wife. So just recently, Brittany Renner uploaded a video of herself looking cute, I must say, with her afro. It is big, it is beautiful, it is gorgeous, saying that she is not going to be shrinking herself for nothing and no one.
Never gave a damn, I ain't never gave no fuck, no. Fell out with them hoes, we ain't never making up. Fuck back for everything I ever.
Now, some people took that wrong. Some people took it for what it was. She said that she had been wearing cornrows under her hijab, but I'm just like, girl, what else was you gonna wear? Your black cornrows or a slick back bun? It's either one of the two, boo. But she wants to let us know in that post, which I'm assuming is a come out post, that the old me is gone, never going back. She also played that Glorilla song. The lyrics never gave a D, I never gave no F. Y'all know what song I'm talking about? So the way that she went about things, it's giving, I'm not wearing my hijab, I'm done with the Muslim religion, and I'm back to the old Britney just being beautiful, bad, and my bad girl behavior. Which is what she should have did from the beginning. Stay true to the brand. Now, all over TikTok, there are think pieces on what could have actually happened here. What made Britney do all of this to go from being Christian to changing her religion, going on this modesty journey, or fake ass modesty journey, to becoming a Muslim woman, covering her body, ultimately looking for a man who was a provider, due to the fact that she stated out of her own mouth that the Muslim culture requires that the men provide for as many wives as they are allowed to have. I believe they can have up to 4 to 5. I'm not sure. That's not my religion, but being able to provide as a man is a major part of that religion. And so she went out and was seeking a husband, essentially. And she got Kevin Gates. Fake ass modesty glow up, because there is nothing modest about Kevin Gates. Like, come on, boo. Like, he's not even supposed to be able to resonate with your energy. But the fact that she was like literally on this humiliation tour, like, my man, I love him from the deepest parts of me, just to turn around, get divorced, and also no longer, it looks like, wear the hijab and have the modest clothing on. It's giving that she's done with that. I said it a long time ago. Britney should have stayed to OF. She could have really stayed true to her brand, ran up a good bit of money, a cult-like following, and branched out and did whatever after that, instead of looking for a man to take care of her, as well as really just trying to do a complete 180 of her brain and her personality. Like, Britney, you were on OF, you were popping that cat, you was seen as a sex symbol, and then just to take that away, and like, people were rocking with her, they were supportive, but it was just something that was off in it that you could tell was just not genuine, and that the real her was going to shine through. And it's just like, there was no point. Stay true to the brand, ladies. Always stay true to the brand. And of course, at some point in your life, even if you are a diabolical, no good, lying, cheating, promiscuous woman, whatever they love to say about women, you know, that paints them in a negative light to where they are not fit for marriage or motherhood or femininity or whatever, you can grow out of that if you want to, or you can stay that type of woman and stay true to your brand and enjoy your life. have your peace. If you know that you was making money living like that, if you know you were more at peace like that, if nobody could really play with you, if you were living that type of lifestyle and it's just better suited for you, then stay true to your brand. Yes, you can level up mentally and emotionally. Yes, you can be one with God and still figure out a way to make your paper. Now, if certain things just don't feel right within your spirit that you were doing, then stop those things. But you don't have to do all of this and then try and convince us that you're better when, Brittany, all of this was giving I need attention so desperately. And there's nothing wrong with wanting or feeling the need for attention. It's a natural human emotion and reaction. Like, you just want attention. All girls do. Nobody wants to feel like they're not that girl. So, Brittany, figure out what you can do to monetize your brand and stay true to you, and just be prepared for the backlash. You have to be prepared for the backlash because people are really going to come for you due to the fact that you really played with these folks' religion, like really went out here and acted like you wanted to be a part of that so bad, and like that was who you were at your core, and it just obviously wasn't. So you need to be able to have these hard conversations when the podcast start reaching out to you, because they're coming. And I hope that she gets every bit of her coin, because Miss Brittany wants it and is going to need it. She no longer has to provide her husband. I mean, and let's really get into that. Like, let's get into how men will play with you and take you on a real deal humiliation tour. So yes, Brittany kind of off for letting herself be moved around like a game piece in something, like I said previously, was a game that was started before her. He had his own agenda in mind when it came to Brittany. She was just a moving piece. And Brittany found that out later, what I'm believing. Now, with that being said, to sit here and as a man play with a woman like that to upset another woman, that's at least what it gave, was just really diabolical and childish. And it shows you how much men really do play and how you really have to really do your own investigation. There's no way to just practice discernment or be feminine or do this and you will be able to avoid these dudes that come like that, because to be honest, they look for feminine women or women in their damsel area or their soft area or their please help me, I need help era. You know, they tend to stay away from women that are not codependent or are hyper independent, because those women are not going to fall for the okie doke. And that's not something that comes overnight. It's built up. To be a person that's not codependent and very independent, hyper independent, is technically a trauma response, but it also saves a lot of people the mental and emotional stress when it comes to dating and being able to easily detach and go back to life on their solo journey and finding happiness and peace within themselves and not necessarily needing anyone to complete them. There are a good bit of women that are like that, and men tend to avoid those type of women because it's too hard. It's too hard to play with them. It is something that they practice over the years, something that they've had to learn through dealing with people and relationships and jobs and learning how to just be unbothered, being able to easily detach and being able to know when a situation no longer suits you and exit quickly. And so Brittany was in her damsel era. And they say if you ask for help as a woman and you're beautiful and you're in that feminine damsel era, that a man will appear. Yes, that is true. A man will appear that will help you. But do you necessarily need his help? And this is the type of help that is going to actually benefit you in the long run? Like, do you even need to entertain this man? Like, it's so many questions that you have to ask yourself when you start asking a man for help, because sometimes they are only doing these things to get something out of you. And once they've gotten that, they are going to release you. And we don't know exactly what necessarily happened between them when they broke up. It's going to be two sides to the story, and then obviously the truth. But what it is technically giving is, I'm going to take on her financial responsibility for a little while, and then in exchange, I'm going to get some coochie out of her, and I'm going to do this whole marriage thing to upset my ex. And if it don't upset my ex, then I'm going to just let go of this entire situation and move on. That's what it actually gave. And I don't know if Brittany was devastated by that and decided to go back to who she was and just drop the whole modesty act, because she realized no matter how many clothes you wear or how many clothes you don't wear, men ain't shit. With all that being said, I'm still proud of Brittany. I'm proud of her for saying, you know what, enough is enough. I no longer want to do this. I'm done. Reactivate old Brittany. I'm not mad at her, because at some point you're either gonna keep it up and be miserable, or just let it go and go back to your old ways. It is what it is, boo. I'm just glad that she's done. But we don't know if she's actually done being a practicing Muslim, or if this was just a one-day thing. She took off her hijab. That's what it's giving. But at the same time, we don't know. She hasn't actually said anything out of her mouth that she denounces or is giving up. At least I haven't seen anything, okay? I do, at the time of this video, feel as though Brittany is going to give it up, though. I do feel like she's just going to go back to her old ways, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw her on a lot of podcasts, because that's a chick. I wouldn't be surprised if there were a whole bunch more think pieces out here on Brittany, as well as her maybe jump starting some type of business or getting back to OnlyFans. I do foresee that for her. But you guys, I'm going to say this. It does not matter what religion you practice. If you are not ready to be in a healthy relationship, it really don't matter what you do. It don't matter how you dress. At the end of the day, it's about what's in here. And there is something that we can take from these situations, and something that we can learn and do better and apply to our own life. Don't think that just because you are a Christian woman or you're a Muslim woman, you're better than the next woman, or that a man is automatically deemed to treat you better based off how you dress and or what religion you practice, because there is no guarantee that he will. Men treat 304 HOE type of woman sometimes better than they treat faith-based woman. It happens. What you have to be happy with and comfortable with is you on the inside at the end of the day. If you're not happy with that, nothing you do is going to matter after that. So that's really what I want girls to take away from this. Like, don't change yourself for no man. Change yourself because you want to. Don't change yourself just so you can find a man with a plan to take care of you. Figure it out on your own. If a good man is meant to come around, he's going to make it easy for you. He's not going to be playing all these games with you, taking you on a humiliation tour, having you wonder about what's going on with his exes and stuff like that. You're going to be his main focus, and he's yours. So that's all the time that I have for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drink y'all water. Child, my mouth was getting dry. Don't forget to turn on your notifications so you can know when I post. Again, share this video with your friends. Thank you guys so much for being here. Until next time, peace.